Hello everyone, and thank you for attending my speech today. Today I will educate you on how e-learning and classroom learning differ. Today I will go over what e-learning and classroom learning are, the differences between the two, and how you can utilize them to the best of your ability, and also how you can utilize them most efficiently and effectively. First, let me explain what each type of learning is. First, we'll start with e-learning. E-learning is the learning through the internet, and you have little to no interaction with your professor. Then we go to classroom learning, which is face-to-face learning with a teacher being present and you are within the walls of a classroom. In 2020, we were directed by the government to stay home and learn from our own homes as COVID-19 was starting up. I was directed by my school to stay home and log onto the internet to attend most of my classes. I was excited and happy to do it, but I also knew that it was going to be a change because throughout my 12 years of school and learning, classroom learning has always been the norm. The importance of classroom learning is the personal interaction, the personal attention, the hands-on ability, and the ability of help from your classmates and or teachers. E-learning and classroom learning both have the same purpose, and that purpose is to educate. E-learning is a catch-all to get an education through electronics and the coordination with the instructor of the class. Classroom learning, however, makes it personal. The reason being is the teacher and the students must all be present within the classroom and within the walls of a school. There are many advantages and disadvantages from e-learning and classroom learning. We'll start off with e-learning. The advantages of e-learning are the ability to work from your own home, to work from your own computer. You are working on your own schedule, and the isolation from being home often helps people concentrate and learn better and quicker. Those are the advantages, but however, it does have some disadvantages as well. The disadvantages of e-learning are there is no teacher presence, there is no social presence, you are at the mercy of your lack of focus and or focus. And finally, people often don't try as hard when times get rough. Now, on to classroom learning. Classroom learning has many advantages as well, and those are the personal attention, like I said earlier, the ease of help from your professor, the interactions with students, and finally, the peer group pressure, which means when students in your class are doing better and they are working harder, that will push you as a person to work harder to succeed within that class. Now we go to the disadvantages of classroom learning. The disadvantages are the travel time and cost. The travel time and cost necessarily means how people get to school and get home from school. There's a cost to that, and also there's a cost to being within school. Attendance times can also be difficult as many people's schedules don't necessarily line up with the time of school starting or the time of class starting. And finally, if you are a person who is very smart and intelligent and knows the material you are learning during that class time, you still have to sit through a lecture and learn with other people who may not know the material already. Those are the pros and cons of e-learning and classroom learning. Now finally, I personally prefer classroom learning because being in a classroom through all 12 years of high school has really become the norm for me, and I have really adapted to that. And as a hands-on learner, I like to learn with my hands, and being in a classroom helps me do so, and I learn effectively and efficiently a lot better than e-learning. Today I have covered what e-learning and classroom learning are, what the differences between the two are, and how you can utilize them best and effectively and efficiently. Again, it is obvious that we as people had to stay home and learn from our computers as the COVID-19 pandemic was just starting up. I hope that I have given you both good reasons for why e-learning and classroom learning are good. They both are great tools to learn from, but me as a person, I just prefer to learn from a classroom and classroom learning.